This is ABC 7 News at 6.
The Bangor Mall may soon have new owners and a major facelift. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. A group of local investors is looking to redevelop the property entirely with plans that could reshape the site for years to come. Our Alex Schley tells us what could be in store for this icon of the Queen City.
A group of local investors operating as Bangor Properties and Residents LLC says it's under contract to purchase the mall. Spokesperson Michael Cole says they expect to close on the sale by mid-June.
It's going to take a year in architecture and engineering, but we should be able to see something as soon as we close. We want things to start to be brighter and better from day one.
The first phase of the project would bring new housing to the site, with condos planned for the former Sears location.
It's going to be luxury living, but we're going to price them as best as we can.
Cole says proceeds from those condos would then be reinvested into redeveloping the mall's retail space.
What our intention is to turn a lot of the stores around backwards where they front on the outside, and it'll have more of an outlet mall feel. We really want to remove the majority of the parking lot and put up parking garages, have green space and walking space, and we're really gonna address what it looks like too.
Cole says community needs will be at the center of the project, including the possibility of adding assisted living in everyday services. State Senator Joe Baldacci says he welcomes the potential change in ownership, citing concerns with the current owners.
It's gone from a property that was valuable at 150 million down to about 15 million, and that has significant implications for the city of Bangor, as well as property taxpayers, as well as people who are interested in economic development and jobs.
We have reached out to NAMDAR for comment, but have not heard back. In Bangor, Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, the Bangor Mall isn't the only local facility with big changes coming. Bangor's Airport Mall has also been sold. According to the Bangor Daily News, the mall has been sold to a company called SBP Bangor Airport Mall LLC out of Montreal, Canada. According to the city's tax rolls, it's been sold for $13 million. There's no word on what the new owners have planned for that space. In other news tonight, a former University of Maine football player and assistant coach has been arrested in Florida on a sexual assault charge related to an alleged incident here in Maine. According to Brunswick police, 37-year-old Roosevelt Boone was taken into custody at IMG Academy in Florida, which is a well-known prep school for athletes. Brunswick police say the arrest for gross sexual assault stems from a, quote, extensive investigation into an alleged incident in 2024. According to UMaine's records, Boone was a running back on the football team from 2007 to 2011 and was later hired as an assistant coach. His LinkedIn profile says he's also held positions at Bowdoin College, Colby College, and Rutgers University. Boone is currently being held in Florida as a fugitive from justice. Brunswick police say if you have any information related to Mr. Boone, you can call them at 207-721-4312. Well, switching gears now, Maine's supplemental budget was passed through the legislature's Appropriations Committee this morning. Our Doug Banks has the latest on where the budget stands and some of its key components.
During the early morning hours Thursday, the legislature's Appropriations and Financial Affairs Committee passed Maine's supplemental budget with a vote of 8-4. Highlights of the supplemental budget include $300 direct relief payments to more than 514,000 Mainers, funding for energy assistance, an increase in minimum teachers' salaries while maintaining free community college, $11.4 million in direct property tax relief through the Property Tax Fairness Credit, and through investing in child care subsidies. Clear
the wait list for our child care affordability program.
Buxton Representative Mark Blyer spoke about the pieces of the budget that should have been included.
One thing that we're missing from this budget is that no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. The seniors tax exemption of $6,000 wasn't introduced into this budget, and those are the things that the people of Maine need.
One major component of the budget is establishing a 2% surcharge on those with an annual income of over $1 million.
What about that person that has been working for a company and his stock option is $2 million, and that is his retirement. That money is going to be taxed, and so why would he stay here?
And under current law, it's really inequitable that someone who's making $65,000 is paying the same tax rate as someone who is making $600,000 or $6 million.
The budget was not heard before the House of Representatives on Thursday. According to Senate President Daughtry, the budget must first go through the nonpartisan Office of Fiscal and Policy Review and the Revisor's Office.
After a committee votes, there's the process of physically drafting the bill. So when that is ready, that bill will start in the House, but it's not something that just appears overnight.
At the State House, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, the doors leading into the Maine House of Representatives chamber today were lined with people standing in opposition to a bill that is currently under review. The bill in question is LD 1847. It aims to implement an adult-use scale tracking system on the medical cannabis program. One opponent we spoke with argued that if passed, it would hurt Maine's small businesses.
Many providers do test their products, but this is a mandatory per batch system that would greatly increase costs on the small businesses in the medical program.
LD 1847 was introduced almost a year ago in the Committee on Veterans and Legal Affairs by North Yarmouth Representative Ann Graham, but has seen little movement since. It is currently under language review and has not yet reached the House floor. A federal appeals court has ruled against the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, over housing assistance programs. Maine Attorney General Aaron Fry and a multi-state coalition sued HUD last November after the agency abruptly changed its Continuum of Care program. It is the largest source of federal homelessness assistance. The judge sided with the state, saying HUD's actions would cause irreparable harm and barred HUD from implementing the restrictions. Maine Attorney General Aaron Fry says, quote, "When so many can barely afford basic necessities, the cruelty of threatening housing security for vulnerable Mainers to advance a political agenda is appalling," end quote. Well, Maine lawmakers are considering using the state's real estate transfer tax to support homeless shelters in addition to affordable housing programs, including those for first-time homebuyers and foreclosure prevention. The tax is collected from property sales and is expected to grow due to Maine's strong housing market and recent tax changes. According to the Maine Monitor, revenue could reach $68.6 million by 2029. However, relying solely on this tax poses risks during market downturns. A recent proposal suggested redirecting funds from counties to shelters. That's sparking debate. Some argue the state should use general funds instead, highlighting the ongoing challenge of balancing limited resources. Well, home heating fuel prices remain above $5 a gallon. That is according to the latest survey from the Maine Department of Energy Resources. It shows the price of heating oil was $5.37 on March 30th. That's a 41% increase since the war in Iran began. Kerosene prices averaged $6.25 a gallon on March 30th. Based on a standard 275-gallon oil tank, Maine residents are now paying $425 more to fill their tank than they would have in February. Financial assistance for home heating is still available, by the way, through the Home Energy Assistance Program, which is administered by Maine Housing. They say the program is expected to remain open until May 29th, and there is currently no waiting list. Well, banks in Maine helped stop in excess of $46 million in fraud attempts against their customers last year. Those are the results of a recent survey from the Maine Bankers Association, which says preventing that level of fraud takes a tremendous amount of resources. They say bank tellers have become frontline defenders against financial scams, using in-person interaction to detect suspicious withdrawals, elder financial abuse, romance scams, check fraud, and more. MBA President Jim Roche says, quote, "Banks operating in Maine know their customers. In our increasingly digital world, face-to-face relationships where bankers are familiar with their customers are becoming increasingly important in the fight against fraud." Anyone traveling through Machias for the next month needs to be aware of some construction that's going on. The Maine Department of Transportation has closed the Machias Dike Bridge until April 30th to replace the existing temporary bridge with an upgraded interim structure. They say the new structure will be open to traffic in early May, and the project is expected to be completed by June. The upgraded structure will remain in place until the permanent bridge can be completed. There will be marked detour routes on Route 1. Alrighty, folks, let's pause now and take a first look at our forecast.
Thank you very much. Your first weather tonight is brought to you by Quality Automotive and Brewer. Experience a quality automotive difference, reliable service, and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment at 922-2043. All right, those highs for today reaching into the low to mid 40s here in Bangor. You saw some upper 30s hang around your coastline for today, thanks to that sea breeze out there. Saw 40 in Millinocket, but yes, upper 30s in Presque Isle, Holton, and Greenville as well, while many of us stayed in the low to mid 40s down to the southwestern portion of the state. So we got a wintry mix on the way for tonight. We'll see lows fall near freezing, so that means a chance for a little bit of freezing rain throughout the night towards tomorrow morning. Here's 6:30 a.m. We're going to be just south of that freezing rain line, and the good news is temperatures are going to continue to warm throughout the day, so we will see better chances for on and off rain showers while that wintry mix continues to proceed north, and then by tomorrow night we'll still have warm temperatures hanging out. So yes, rain chances all across the state. We'll stay dry here in Bangor. We're going to see a few more rain showers passing by Presque Isle. So taking a look into tonight, we got the clouds moving in. We really won't see those chances for the precipitation until late. We'll see that right around 5 to 6 a.m. heading into tomorrow morning.
Chase, thank you. And coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, we'll take a look at some national headlines. Stay with us.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
You bought your Toyota because Toyota is the longest lasting brand. You put your trust in Toyota's reputation for quality. Now put your trust in Toyota-trained certified technicians who install genuine Toyota parts to help keep your Toyota a Toyota. April is our tire savings event. You could save on tires at your New England Toyota dealer with limited time offers. Trust the experts at Toyota Service Centers and keep your Toyota a Toyota.
You provide it all. There's no challenge you can't take on because you've already taken on everything. You've gone above and beyond. It feels like you've brought them together. It feels like your home is taken care of. It feels like you're all at the top of your game. And with Fidium Fiber Internet, you are.
It feels like Fidium.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
President Trump today ousted Attorney General Pam Bondi. This after the two were seen attending oral arguments at the Supreme Court yesterday. The president called Bondi, quote, a good friend. ABC's Christiane Cordero has details from Washington.
Today, the nation's top law enforcement official is out. President Trump announcing Pam Bondi will no longer serve as Attorney General, writing in part, quote, we love Pam and she will be transitioning to a much needed and important new job in the private sector. The two were seen together just yesterday attending the Supreme Court's oral arguments when the president called her his friend.
Attorney General Pam, my friend Pam Bondi. Hi, Pam. And we just left the Supreme Court.
Bondi has been staunchly loyal to the president as she led a department that typically operates independent of partisanship. The
I will restore integrity to the Justice Department.
The DOJ hung a banner of Trump outside of its Washington headquarters earlier this year. It has been a tumultuous year for the Attorney General. Her handling of the Epstein files has been widely criticized, even by swaths of the MAGA movement, leading to this infamous response during a congressional hearing in February.
None of them asked Merrick Garland over the last 4 years one word about Jeffrey Epstein. How ironic is that? You know why? Because Donald Trump, the Dow right now is over 50,000.
But sources tell ABC News the president was particularly frustrated with how she prosecuted perceived political enemies and wanted her to go after them more aggressively. Trump says Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche will take over as interim AG. It's unclear if he will stay in that role. Any future Attorney General will have to be confirmed by the Senate. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Alrighty, folks, sports is up next with Jack Webb. Stay with us.
Lights, camera, cheese! The Cheese House is looking for its next star, and it could be you. If you're 21 or older, enter for your chance to appear in the next commercial. Stop by the Cheese House at 5 Pike Drive in Fairfield to enter. While you're there, browse their huge selection of glassware and 420 specialty foods. But we have the cheese! Remember, entries are happening in person at the Cheese House, 5 Pike Drive in Fairfield. Bring your personality, bring your smile, and we have the cheese.
When I was 29, I was diagnosed with cancer. And I think part of research and advocating for more money for cancer research allows survivors to have more time. Senator Collins supports and advocates for more funding for cancer research so that people can have better treatments, they can have better outcomes, and therefore they can live better lives as cancer survivors. Thank you, Senator Collins. Continue fighting for our families.
Here at Twin City Tire and Service, you will be working with industry professionals. We have ASE certified master technicians and certified tire and lube technicians. If we need your vehicle for a duration of time, we offer a complimentary shuttle service and can even offer a loaner vehicle. Being a client at Twin City Tire and Service means that we will treat you right. This includes a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on mechanical repairs. We also provide you with 1 year of complimentary roadside assistance. Come see us today at Twin City Tire and Service in Brewer.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Half-off deals are waiting for you at foxbangor.com. Click on half-off deals and see how much you can save only at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back in, folks. With the winter weather winding down, the Maine football team makes their way back onto the field for spring practices. Our Max Sturm braved the cool morning and caught up with the team.
The snow is melting and the fields are cleared. For the Maine football team, that means spring practices are officially underway. This early in the year, these practices are all about getting the competitive juices flowing and improving one day at a time.
We're just looking to come out every day and compete, get better. You know, they always say iron sharpens iron. Offense coming out here making the defense better, defense coming out here making the offense better. So every day is just about competing with each other and just bringing out the best in each other every day.
Another aspect of the game the Black Bears will face through the cold temperatures and early practice times is their ability to be mentally tough.
That's the biggest thing we need to do is develop our mental toughness, develop our resiliency towards the adversity we know we'll face. So I think they've embraced that.
I mean, you got to think like all the most important games in the year are played in late November, early December. So if you know, we're coming out here every day in the freezing cold, like we'll be ready when that time comes, and we're going to use that as an advantage. We're going to have that in our back pocket.
Stevens says part of preparing for the fall comes down to having the on-field leadership capable of espousing the team and its process.
A lot of it comes down to maturity. Like we have a lot of guys here that have been here for 4 or 5 years. Really want them to embrace this team as their own. Just take ownership in it, and really hold out those standards.
For the younger guys on this Black Bears roster, spring ball provides their first true opportunity to put their skills on display and show their coaches what they're made of.
It's huge. This is a lot of their first time actually doing it. So this is where you make the biggest improvements. And I remember my first spring that's where I made the biggest jump, because it's your first time really going out there.
Ultimately, the Black Bears' goal this spring is to ensure they have a sound team that's willing to put it all on the line for the guy next to them.
That's the race, is can we come together in the fastest way possible, in the most authentic way, in a meaningful way that can get these guys playing for each other.
In Orono, Max Sturm, ABC7 and Fox 22 Sports.
Thank you for that, Max. Just a couple steps away, we turn to Maine baseball, who hosted their home opener against Bryant on Thursday. Maine the winner 2 of their last 3. Bulldogs, same thing. Top of the first, Bryant's Casey Wensley hits this one right to Jason Krieger. He throws it to first for the game's first out. Bottom of the first, pitch comes in, and Maine's Nick Pepe slams this one. It's going to go all the way past the fence at center field, and the Black Bears take a very early 1-0 lead with that solo homer. But that wasn't all for the Black Bears in the first, as this hit to center field sends Shane Andrews home. Bulldogs close the inning with this play, though, by Justin Hackett and Hudson Story. 2-0 Maine after 1 inning. Then Maine is going to pull off a similar play from third baseman Troy Carpenter to Hunter St. Dennis. The score remains 2-0 in the third. Juju Stevens' fly ball is going to be caught by Story to close the inning. Maine would go on to lose 4-3 late in the 9th inning. They'll be back at it on Friday at 2 p.m. For now, that's all the time we have for sports. Here is your full 5-day forecast.
All right, thank you very much. Tonight's weather was brought to you by DaVinci Signs. From interior and exterior signage, signage packages, and vehicle wraps to illuminated signs, LEDs, and electronic message boards, we're all about making your business visible with innovative signage designed for impact. All right, highs for today, a little bit cooler than yesterday, hanging out in the low to mid 40s here in Bangor. You saw upper 30s along your coastline due to that sea breeze for today, right at 40 here in Millinocket, and upper 30s in Presque Isle and Holton. So a bit on the cooler side for today. We got a wintry mix on the way for tonight. So we're going to have lows hanging out just near freezing. This model wants to keep us a few degrees above, most likely falling right at 32 for tonight. And you're going to see the similar temperatures falling throughout Monson, Millinocket, off to the west, even up north near Clayton Lake, maybe a few degrees cooler, where they're going to have better chances for some snowfall. But as we go into tomorrow, our temperature is going to warm up slowly throughout the day and continue into tomorrow night. We're going to get another warm surge of air with this pressure system moving by. So 10 o'clock tomorrow night is around the time where we can hit our highs right around the upper 40s and low 50s here in Bangor, looking like low to mid 40s for our Millinocket and the Monson, and could be staying in the 30s near Caribou for tomorrow. So average highs right now at 47. We're going to be reaching near that around 10 o'clock tomorrow night. But as you see, back in your 50 for your Saturday, and pretty uniform temperatures. Will cool off a bit for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, hanging out in the low to mid 40s, a bit below average. We'll be right back near average for your Thursday. We can see some highs getting close to 50 degrees once again. So winds out there fairly light for today. They're going to stay light throughout tonight. Pretty calm conditions out there, even though we do see a little bit of a sea breeze again from the east and the southeast, giving you those cooler temperatures in Rockland and Bar Harbor for today. But again, calm conditions throughout tonight, but we will see a wind from the southeast get a little breezy for tomorrow. They can gust near 20 miles per hour. So again, the freezing rain really getting started around 1 to 2 a.m. We'll see that here in Bangor, but most likely we're going to see this freezing rain line just set up just north of town. We can still get a little bit of a trace of freezing rain amount, but the good news for us here in Bangor is we got better chances for rain showers once we get into the morning and afternoon hours. Temperatures again slowly warming up throughout the day. This is still going to be bad news for just north of Bangor. You're going to see some nice accumulations of some freezing rain. More looking at that towards the west. We're going to have that heavier precipitation band right here. As we continue, though, you're going to see the temperatures warm all the way up into Friday evening and Friday night. That means that's rain showers going all the way up north towards Presque Isle. That's right around 9:30 for tomorrow night, and that's going to help everyone that had to deal with the freezing rain before. We can see a little bit of a freezing rain mix again as we head throughout your Friday night into your Saturday, but Saturday afternoon looking to stay dry. But we will do this again Saturday night into your Sunday for Easter. We'll see another wintry mix round 2 coming our way. So for tonight, lows hanging out near freezing. We got all modes possible: rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. Better chances for rain south of Bangor. You have that freezing rain right north of town, and then snow chances as you head further into the northern tier of the state. And we're going to continue to see this for tomorrow, but it's going to transition to all rain as you go throughout the afternoon into the evening hours, because our highs will be reaching late right around 47 degrees heading into tomorrow. tomorrow evening. So here is a look at your extended forecast. We'll be back in your 50 for your Saturday, but we do have another wintry mix on the way Saturday night into your Easter Sunday. That'll all transition into rain once again, and then slightly cooler Monday and the Tuesday, staying dry with highs in the low to mid 40s.
Thank you so much, Chase, and we'll be right back after the break.
Jonathan Bush. He's a battle-tested trailblazer who's created over 900 jobs in Maine.
The jobs that Jonathan brought to Belfast were really transformative for so many families.
Now Bush wants to shake up Augusta. He'll slash wasteful spending and cut property and income taxes. A $1 billion tax cut for hardworking Mainers.
Jonathan is a big thinker with big ideas, but he actually makes them happen.
I'm Jonathan Bush. I look forward to earning your vote.
The marathon of life can be challenging. Chores and responsibilities keep us from the things we once loved and the aspirations we set. But it's never too late to find your second wind. With an affordable, fully online program and advisors to help you along the way, you can cross the finish line when it works for you. Finish strong at the University of Maine.
More rain is expected today,
so roads could get slippery.
When conditions get more severe, you can feel safe driving any one of Toyota's 23 all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models, which is more than Honda, Subaru, or Jeep. Like the style-to-be-wild turbocharged Tacoma with a ruggedly refined interior and advanced technology. Toyota gives you more all-wheel drive choices, giving you more reason to see your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
At the Challenger Learning Center of Maine, our mission to inspire Maine students has never been stronger. Our newly renovated facility is open and ready to launch. We have upgraded simulator rooms, refreshed learning spaces, and new hands-on STEM experiences. Check out our exciting upcoming events for students, educators, and families. There's always something happening at Challenger. Ready for liftoff? Explore what's new and what's next at the Challenger Learning Center of Maine. Visit astronaut.org for details.
Coastal industry leaders gathered at UMaine to share insights on how to grow opportunities in Maine's blue economy during the UMaine Blue Economy Career Summit. The blue economy refers to the sustainable use of ocean resources and includes everything from recreation to ocean engineering and, of course, fishing. Leaders from Maine businesses, from Bath Iron Works all the way to Greenhead Lobster and the Maine Coast Fishermen's Association, were there today to be part of the conversation. The goal is to help create connections and showcase career and innovation opportunities.
So the blue economy is such an important part of our state's future, and the university is really dedicated to training our future workforce in the blue economy space. And so today's goal is really to bring together our students with leaders across the state in industry and fisheries and engineering to help build those connections.
I focus on seafood in schools, specifically local seafood in K through 12 schools in Maine, and it's kind of a way to get more kids to eat more seafood. It's nutritionally important, so it's great to just have an opportunity to talk about it in a people-to-people way.
Finally, tonight, the Maine Marathon draws thousands of runners every year, and the proceeds from their efforts benefit at least one local nonprofit. This year, a major beneficiary of the Maine Marathon will be Pine Tree Society. The marathon is a volunteer-driven event that has raised nearly $9 million for local charities since 1997. The selection as a benefactor for this year's event comes as Pine Tree Society celebrates its 90th anniversary of providing essential support and services to those with disabilities in Maine. This year's marathon falls on Sunday, October 4th, and will yield a $20,000 donation to Pine Tree Society. And best of luck to all the runners. You have some time to train. That's the good news. Alrighty, folks, that's going to do it for us. From everyone here at ABC 7 News, take care and have a great rest of your night. And for more, you join us over on Fox 22 News tonight at 6:30.
Tonight, NASA's historic mission around the moon, tracking the 10-day voyage into deep space. Plus, President Trump's message on the state of the war with Iran. What happens next? With so much at stake, more Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the #1 newscast in America.
Hello, this is George Whelan with Down East Direct Cremation. Now, anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, from the comfort of your desktop or the convenience of your mobile device, you can summon transport and arrange a simple, affordable, respectful Down East Direct Cremation for your deceased loved one. Just by using the button exclusively at downeastdirectcremation.com.
Was before she even gave me the $2,000. The first money that came from Allstate was before she even gave me the money.
So you mean, did you get $20,000?
I didn't get anything back.
Okay, fine. You owe $2,000, Mr. Curry. We're done here. Thank you very much.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
I was not responding to her advances towards me.
He couldn't even get his story straight.
I never even told her amount. She pulled that amount out, took me to the bank and gave it to me and went from there.
He knew that I'm a single mom. It was a loan. He was supposed to pay it back.
The things that mess up friendships is sex and money. And hey, you see where we're at right now.
It's the way it goes.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
The Bangor Mall may soon have new owners and get a major facelift. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. A group of local investors is looking to redevelop the property with plans that could reshape the site for years to come. Our Alex Schley tells us what could be in store for this icon of the Queen City.
A group of local investors operating as Bangor Properties and Residence LLC says it's under contract to purchase the mall. Spokesperson Michael Cole says they expect to close on the sale by mid-June.
It's going to take a year in architecture and engineering, but we should be able to see something as soon as we close. We want things to start to be brighter and better from day one.
The first phase of the project would bring new housing to the site, with condos planned for